Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. What in the world is going on here? Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's me coming at you again with another vid. Well, it turns out some unfortunate news that Lucas Big Daddy Browne, who became Australia's first heavyweight champion, tested positive for a banned substance called clenbuterol, according to the voluntary anti-doping agency VADA. Okay? Now, what's murky about the situation is that his A sample was reportedly tested positive. Okay, this is right before the fight with Ruslan Chageav. However, the B sample has yet to be have been tested, and VADA is demanding Browne to pay for the second test. And in the process of this, Browne has seek legal counsel because he wants to make sure that he does everything accordingly, so it doesn't, seem a little, he wants to do everything right. He wants to make sure this process is done accordingly to make sure he clears his name. But just to give you guys a little of insight what's happening here, clenbuterol is a drug that helps people, with respiratory issues like asthma and or other breathing disorders, whatnot. Okay, now it's also unique that it also help help people cut weight. Which some would speculate this is the reason why Browne slimmed down to the weight that he was when he came into the fight against Ruslan Chageav, because he came in the best shape of his life. And the heaviest that he's ever weighed was about maybe 265 or 270 or something like that. But he never was a fat guy. I mean, he was always big, whatnot, very broad, muscular shoulders, arms, biceps. He's always had that frame. Yeah, yes, on the waistline, it could be a little fat down in there. Yeah, he cut down on weight, but it's not like I think he trained naturally. I mean, it was only assumptions right now. But what's also unique about clenbuterol is that it can be easily contaminated. All right, you could, put this drug in somebody's drink or somebody's food, and it'd be contaminated with clenbuterol. I'm sorry. All right, and this would explain why Tyson Fury, when he was over there in Germany before the Klitschko fight, he didn't want to drink any water. He didn't want to drink nothing down there. And I think what I've also heard, that he didn't want to eat anything over there either, because he felt that they were going to contaminate his food or drinks while he was over there in Germany. So he didn't want none of that. All right. Now, what's also interesting is that this is in Chechnya, right? It used to be a former Soviet state. Okay. Now, Ruslan Chageav, and Hatman brought this up. Hatman Strikes Back. He brought this up in his video where Chageav is very, very, very close to the powers of government over in the powers of parliament over in Chechnya, particularly the president of Chechnya, who are their very good friends. In fact, they even spar together. So, if you put all this together, I'm not trying to make this a conspiracy against Lucas Browne, but it does open up a window of questioning based off what's going on over there at the former Soviet. Like, for example, a few months ago in Russia, we had Alejandro Duridoli and Marius Wach tested positive for samples which USADA couldn't even stake their case to solidify that case to where they filed a claim that was bullshit, whatnot. So they were ultimately cleared. So this is like the same case right now in Chechnya with Lucas Browne. And what's also unique about this is that most athletes, and I've done some research on this as well, the same with Hatman, most athletes who test positive for clenbuterol, they end up being cleared, which is amazing. They end up being cleared from the charges. So, but the bottom line is this. He did test positive for the A sample according to VADA. Now, a B sample hasn't yet been tested, but VADA is demanding Browne pay for that sample. But the good thing is that his title has yet to be stripped. Okay. Now, to me, I don't know, man. It does also open up another window for Deontay Wilder in the Alexander Povetkin situation when it comes to the drug testing. Now, the Wilder team can use this as leverage to say, you know what? You see what I'm talking about here? Unless the Browne case can be proven inconclusive, I should say, is sufficient where his name will be cleared, the Wilder team could come out and say, you know what? This is the reason why we should test with VADA, not with some so-called European drug testing agency over there, were just trying to spike people's food and drinks and whatnot so they could test positive on drug tests and whatnot. So I know that's what a lot of people are going to speculate, that Browne could have been spiked because, again, clenbuterol is a contaminating drug. It could be put in anything, food, water, you name it. So, some Australian fan base is going to be upset about that. They're going to say that Browne's being framed here, but we don't know yet. Let's not jump to the conclusions. Let's just hope this is a pending investigation. Let it run its course, and they'll see what happens. But to me, again, it does opens up a window for questioning here on whether, what's going on with the former Soviet, with the states like Chechnya, the Czech Republic, Russia, Ukraine, you name it. Why they're having these shady drug, testing agencies do things like this. I'm not saying whoever drug tested Browne is shady, but given the circumstances of what's happening in the last few months, you had Alejandro Duridola and Mariusz Wach test positive after their fights over there in Russia a few months ago. And yet their cases got cleared because they fought it. And now you got this with Lucas Browne. So, yeah, man. It's very unfortunate, but yet let's not jump to conclusions yet. We'll have to see what the B sample results come back with. Browne is instructed to pay for that sample, and he is seeking legal counsel, so we'll go from there. Well, I'm going to drop a link to the article below. It is unfortunate news, but then again, we cannot jump to the conclusions. Let me know what you think. Care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.